Back to those wildfires burning in South Carolina near Myrtle Beach. At this hour, crews are on the ground working to get control of the flames.
Let's get out live now to Michaela Evans, who is in the Carolina forest area near Myrtle Beach. Michaela, I can see you've got that mask on. It looks like there's a haze in the corner there behind you. What are you seeing at this hour?
Ben, Kaylin, is kind of an ominous feeling right now. The streets are completely empty. I'm in the Walker's Wood community, which was one of the first to get evacuated once this wildfire broke out here in Carolina Forest. Now, those evacuees were able to return home, but again, as you can see, the smoke is still really thick, really hard to breathe, so there's really no one outside right now. The latest update we received, the fire is currently at 1,600 acres and about 30% contained right now. But this smoke has been causing issues not only in the communities but on the roads as well. It's so thick, people driving with their hazards on. So this is one of the main issues that we'll be seeing going throughout the day.
Have you gotten any information about what may have caused this fire at this hour?
We have not gotten any information about what has caused the fire. We do know we were under a burn ban effect here in Horry County, unincorporated Horry County and Myrtle Beach, so there were no controlled burns going on, but we've not received from officials exactly what the cause of this fire is. But right now the main focus is on these hot spots. They kind of have a little break today in the wind, so the first responders are really going to work hard to try to contain the hot spots while the wind is died down.
And so many folks here in the Charlotte area are familiar with your area because they go there in the summer, they go there to the beach. Everybody does it at some point, if not yearly, at some point in their life here in the Carolinas. Do you get the impression, speaking to investigators and speaking to firefighters there, that they've got this thing maybe not under control, but it's not still growing, or do they fear it's going to get worse?
Well, we won't see rain until Wednesday later in the week, but also with rain, the wind is also going to pick back up later in the week. So that is another issue. That's why today is so critical for first responders to put out any hot spots while the wind is dying down, because that is what caused one of the major issues over the weekend that made this fire double in size. So they're definitely trying to work as hard as they can. We have crews from all over the state coming in to work this wildfire. The helicopters are also going to start dropping water again this afternoon, this morning, to try to get it out as quickly as possible.
And while we have you, I'm not sure if you're in a position to do this. If possible, and if it's safe to do so, are you able to turn your camera just slightly so we can see what's behind you? I know you mentioned that you were in a neighborhood. Are there a lot of homes surrounding you? Are those homes at risk of fire damage? I'm sure you said people were asked to leave that area. We even had some video of people at one point running from that area. I'm curious how they're doing today and what the risk is for their homes as we see this large haze behind you now.
Definitely, yes. I'm in a cul-de-sac. I'll step out the way so I can kind of move the camera. I'm by myself. Hopefully it doesn't freeze, but it's completely empty right now. There are houses nearby. Now, there aren't any reports of any structure damage. Now, some of these evacuees that we did speak to throughout the weekend said they had minor damage to siding or fencing, but it's really hard. At the end of there is a cul-de-sac where you can turn completely around, but as you can see, you can't even see down that cul-de-sac. And I don't know if you can hear as well some of the helicopters going by to help drop water down on this area. But a lot of the evacuees, I mean, they had to get up in the middle of the night. They're very shaken, even though they are able to return back to their home. It's very quiet in this neighborhood. We didn't see anyone out or driving this morning, so they're trying to stay in. First responders are asking people to stay in off the road so they can get to these hot spots if any more flare up.
Michaela Evans on the front lines there, doing it all, shooting her video, doing it in front of the camera as well, and doing a great job at both. All right, Michaela, thank you so much. We appreciate it.